I began to be interested in people and behavior because I had a lot of phenomena, of paranormal phenomena with me. And, you know, Spiritism in Brazil, I had an education as a psychic, so I had a large experience in channeling. I received a lot of invitations to go, when I finished my university, to go to the United States to paint with the psychic painting. You know,
because of the mediumship.
Yeah, because of the mediumship. So with that, opened all the doors for me in the area of psychology or parapsychology. So they had a lot of new schools of psychology, Gestalt therapy, psychosynthesis, a lot of new approaches to body work. And for me, and at this time, it was very easy to get in touch with these people, the teachers, the study, the researchers, you know. And so this kind of contact allowed me to go deep in what was going on new in psychology and psychotherapy. But I had a problem too, because they had a very restricted view in your five senses, and I was more in my sixth sense.
I see.
At those times, they were in the beginning of talking with gurus, talking about new consciousness.
Okay.
You know, and the physics was open new doors. They understand what is consciousness.
Was physics, quantum physics, starting at one time?
And it was, for me, it was very nice because I could make some connections in my personal experiences. For centuries, the religious education there and Protestant education basically were totally out of those things. Was a kind of devil thing, you know.
Yeah.
They were in contact with the English culture, but they were very afraid, very scared. When I used to do my demonstration, I was painting, and it's beautiful. I used to do it for television, and I think because of that, they were not so scared. They were the beginning of getting open to spirits, life after death, and the communication with the spirit. The phenomena that happens with me is really very beautiful and real, and with this the people get less scared and start to approach the subject. Also the scientists were more interested than the regular people.
And it didn't have that religion attribute behind all these things, because they had a more scientific attribute on these matters.
I don't know if it's that. I think it's more the mental education. I mean, they have a lot of education in terms of order, process, in organizing ideas, in organizing things, in putting questions, and try to research for answers. They're more like this.
I see.
And to get, put the new knowledge all together. They work very well intellectually in terms of practical research. And also, I believe that they in California, that passed through several revolutions, the sexual revolution, the human rights revolution, and all that process was going and growing and growing. And from that social revolution, they went to religious revolution, studying all the traditions, like the Zen, like the Indian religions and everything. They opened their culture for all that knowledge.
Yes.
And so the cultural atmosphere was very open to discuss everything. What the gurus were saying in India about reality, about matter, about the constitution of the universe, etc., were the same thing they are getting through the physics. So they said, well, we get those conclusions, but the Hindus are talking about it for 5,000 years. I remember 10 years before that, I was very close. Nobody knows even what was the word reincarnation. No, nobody. The first, do you believe in reincarnation? Reincarnation? That varies a lot. because it's like everybody here. It's very common when you die, and you look to yourself. You don't know that you are dead because you have the astral body that just looks like this one, and the sensations are the same, solid. So I'm alive.
Oh, I see.
That's the first impact. I mean, if someone from the astral level comes to you and says, "No, you were dead. You already, pass on," and they said, "Stupidity. I'm here. I'm feeling myself." Everything looks pretty much like here, because our mind is structured in certain ways that we cannot stand it too long in a place that's too strange, too weird for us. You die. And you are with certain fixed ideas because you have certain mind structure that you give a lot of power to certain things.
Yeah.
That acts in you there when you are out of your body, acts like a illusions. Like you are schizophrenic and you see things that comes from you.
Right.
It's a kind of psychosis. And my friends there say that's psychosis after death, they call it. It's typical. The person is just in those things talking, and with people that they only see, illusions from their mind, totally. My studies with depression, with sadness, with emptiness, is related with losing pieces of your soul. Like you lose the contact with some parts of your soul. The soul gives the senses of everything.
Wonderful.
The meaning of everything. But if you don't have those senses, nothing has a meaning. And I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm empty. I don't have it. We lose our souls, pieces of your souls, when we sometimes have a very, very rigid education or some traumas, or when you lose someone you love. And traumatic experiences causes that. But the expectation of the society and most of the belief system can oppress us to the point that we lose our souls. Your soul is free, and your soul wants to be yourself. Reality is, for me, my vision now is that it is made in levels. Layers and layers and layers of reality. Truth is a feeling of your soul. You recognize that something is through this feeling. So the senses of your soul. But it was already there, for years and years of working. And when you start learning that, when you start knowing that, when you reach a point that you know something, the risk of doing the opposite is bigger. The shadow are a group of spiritual forces that we have that defend, maintain a structure that deals with sexuality. They are kind of gifts that we have.
Inner voice, that's a nice definition.
Inner voice,
that's
inner voice.
It is a kind of shadow that works positively.
Oh, sure.